Hey, good morning, team. My name is Joel. I'm the CEO of 4 Degrees, and today I want to talk about our COVID-19 strategy. And as you can see, we've kind of got a lot of words up here on the board, but I'm going to take the time to go through what each one of these things mean to us as an organization. Okay? So the first thing is there's a couple of assumptions that we're operating off of right now. The first one is failure is not an option. I think, deep down within myself, within a lot of you out there, failure is just not an option. So we're going to figure out how to get through this obstacle and this hurdle. The second one here is I believe that there's opportunities within every obstacle. So it's our job as leaders to find what those opportunities are and figure out how we can pursue those. So one of the most important things that I feel like is that we need to have some direction as an organization. You have to know where we're headed and what that looks like. So what we've done is we've created a desired future statement. Basically what that's saying is, what does winning look like at the end of the next 90 days? And just for clarity's sake, the 90 days we're using is April, May, and June. So through the end of June, okay? So what the statement is, within the next 90 days, we'll work to create organizational resiliency through controlling expenses, maintaining current clients, and strategically developing new sources of revenue with our ultimate goal of reactivating 100% of our team members and positioning ourselves for future success. Okay? I'm not going to read it again, but I recommend that either you write that down, you read it again, but for us, we feel like this is the direction in which we want to go. These are the things that we want to accomplish over the next 90 days, and ultimately, we want to get everybody back working, right? That's a big thing that's been on my mind ever since March 25th, I believe it was, when we made those tough decisions to furlough folks. So the next thing is, how are we going to do that? How are we going to get there? The first thing that we've been looking at, and we've been doing this the last couple weeks, but we're going to continue to do this, is where can we cut costs? So constantly looking at the P&Ls of all the different businesses that we're involved in, taking a look at, are there any expenses that we could get rid of, finding out maybe what's not working right now, finding out what is working, and doubling down on those types of activities. But the first thing is we're looking at costs that we can cut. Second one is shifting resources. So here's kind of a funny story and a great example of how we're shifting resources. Every single day, Lee will bring the mail to my desk, and at some point, I'll slice through all the mail, stamp received, and move it on to where it needs to go to. So before COVID, I wasn't doing mail. Now during COVID, I'm doing mail, which every single person here is pulling on additional duties as we figure out how to survive during this time. The third one is serve our customers. To me, that's one of the most important things that we can do right now, and thinking through what are some things that we can do for our clients right now that either are free or low cost in order to enhance their experience during this difficult time. One thing that we've done here is some of these videos. I've done videos, sent them out to the clients just as informational updates, and I think I've gotten some really good responses with those. Number 4 is maintain team morale. And the team is everybody, whether you're here at the office, you're at your home, you're operating elsewhere. The entire team is always on my mind. So we got to figure out, how do we maintain team morale in this very, very difficult time? So I know for the standby folks, last Friday I was able to get out to each one of your homes and just kind of give you a gift, see how things are going. I feel like that's a great way for the organization to stay engaged with our team members, whether you're here or not. For the folks that have been here, we've done things like lunches or meals or things like that I feel like enhance the team morale during this tough time. Okay, so number 2, if we jump over here, and if you know me at all, I'm always thinking about what's the plan, right? You've heard me say I'm always hoping for the best and planning for the worst. So when we look at our contingency plan over the next 90 days, here are some things that we're thinking about. So our first one is a phased reactivation. And when I say reactivation, I'm talking about team members. We're working to get team members back into the fold and to be operating on a daily basis with us. So what we're looking at is different phases of doing that. And one of the deciding factors is rent collection. As you know, that's how we as a management company make money. And so we are kind of dependent on what that looks like. And so that's something that we're constantly assessing. And then on the brokerage side, we're kind of doing the same thing. It just depends on how sales are going for the sales force. So another thing to keep in mind is not only week by week, but I feel like day by day, we're constantly looking at the different factors and how can we accomplish basically this future statement within the next 90 days. Okay? Last piece is organizational continuity. I think this is probably one of the most important things. And as a matter of fact, that's why I'm doing this video today, is because I want to make sure everybody hears what's going on. It's important that you know we have a plan, we have a direction, we have an end in sight. And if you remember anything about the state of 4 Degrees, this is another great opportunity to do an azimuth check. So did we anticipate COVID-19 or something similar? Absolutely not, right? So this is a great opportunity to say, okay, where are we at now? Where are we trying to get to? And what do we need to do in order to do that? One of those pieces is maintain communication. We need to set up a consistent rhythm or battle rhythm and routine in how we communicate with each other. Because people who are working now, sometimes are working from home or the office. We got all of our sales force typically working from home. So everybody's kind of spread to the 4 winds. And so this is something that's super important. So what I've outlined are a couple different ways that we're doing this, and you have already seen some of these put into practice. The first one is on Mondays. We do a company meeting, which you've seen the recordings, we've pushed those out. And then also we do an agent update. So that's a great way to kick off the week, create a little consistency for your Mondays, and to stay engaged and involved with what's going on at the organization. The second one is every Friday. You've seen kind of an update from myself, whether it's talking about business operations or new information that we've gotten regarding what the governor's putting out or things like that. And hopefully through those, you get some sort of challenge or piece of encouragement to get you through. Number 3, this is probably more specifically for the agents. We've put out training videos, and this is something that George's doing. And he'll just, if you've seen these videos, he's probably up in his office in his t-shirt, putting out some really good content. So make sure you continue to watch that and stay engaged that way. Number 4 is department updates. So what I've done with all of our different departments is I've asked the department head to make sure once a week that they're scheduling a Google Hangout call with their entire team. And for me, I think this is one of those ways that we make sure we stay engaged, we understand or kind of keep a pulse on how everybody's doing individually. And so it's critical that we continue to do that, because once we hit this 90-day plan and we're 100% back here, we want to make sure that we don't have big gaps in our communication or spending a week just to kind of catch up. So it is something that's very important, and that's something that we're going to continue to push. So for now, this is all we have. I'm kind of identifying this as the 4 Degrees COVID-19 strategy. If you ever want to take a look at it, if you have any questions regarding this, obviously you know where I'm at every day. Also my email, so shoot me an email or give me a phone call, either one. So lastly, I would say stay safe, stay healthy, and probably most importantly is stay engaged.